Alright, so hey again, it's me, and if you do not know my name or know how to pronounce it, it is it is Nikifa Nairn, and welcome to week 4. If you have made it this far, first of all, big up yourself. You are faithful, you are true, and I just want to thank you for your support. I mean, if you have made it this far, it says a lot, and I'm grateful that you're here, that you're a viewer, that you're a liker, and that you're a subscriber. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please to go and click the subscribe button below and go on my channel and then click the bell beside the subscribe thingy so that you can get notifications and you do not miss any updates for when I upload a video. Also, follow me on all my socials at Nikifa Nairn or Miss In Demand. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and I will have my email address below in the description box in case you want to get in touch with me. And I also have a link to my books below. My books are only available on Amazon. So that's that. Welcome to week 4 and thank you for being here. Now, for week 4, we are going to dive into the mindset of an entrepreneur in team settings. In week 3, we spoke about the mindset of an entrepreneur, but this week we are going to be talking about the mindset of the entrepreneur within the setting of a team or group work or anything that does not only involve themselves. So let's go into it. Alright, so I'm a firm believer that we cannot get through life alone. It does not matter how strong you are, how smart you are, how intellectual you are, how much street smarts you have, how much, it doesn't matter. I don't believe that we can go through life by ourselves. I really believe in community and people, and I know sometimes people might shy away from that because of pain, hurt, negative experiences, but nonetheless we still need people. So all you have to do is find your people and thrive with your people and walk throughout the challenges that you face in life and just go forward without holding on to that kind of mindset that you don't need people, right? Because there's this, I don't remember if I mentioned it before in a previous video, but there is this saying that goes, no man is an island and no man stands alone. And I'm not sure where it comes from, but I remember that, and I've been hearing it for years growing up. So I really believe that no man is an island and no man stands alone, even and especially in the world of business. In business, you need people, whether it be employees or connections, your network. You need people to thrive and you need people to sustain your business and to help you grow. So, I believe that saying, that quote, can definitely be applied to visionaries and their ventures. I also have a scripture reference, by the way, to tie into this, and I felt like it was so significant to the topic and that it could be applied to business, to that area. It can be found in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9, 10, and 12. Ecclesiastes, that's in the Old Testament. Do not go anywhere where you see Romans or Acts. It's in the Old Testament, right? And verse 9 says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. Not just a reward, but a good reward for their labor. So their labor counts as something, especially because of the fact that the two are doing it together. Now, two are better than one. It shows the importance of being a team and that you need people. Teamwork is important because they have a good reward for their labor. Now, the reward is, let me go on to read in verse 10 and 12. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow, but woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Verse 12, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand them, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. Right? It's literally telling us that, listen to me, when trouble reach you, you're gonna need somebody. And woe be unto you, like God go with you basically if you have nobody to help you up, right? So the reward now for being a team, for coming together with somebody, for having somebody by your side, whether it be one person or a group of persons, the reward is that if you fall, you have a partner to literally lift you up. And it would be problematic if you were on your own and you fell down in the event of a mishap, and you have no partner or team to help lift you back up with less of a burden on you. Now, in the world of business, when you have some kind of mishap happens, whether it be financially or with some other resource, or let's say a disaster happens, if it is that you have a business place and something hits the building, natural disaster, anything, and not only in that sense, but let's say even you run out of money to put into the anything at all. When you are by yourself, it is much harder to recover from those things because you have nobody. But when you have a partner, when you have a team, everybody can pitch in, everybody can do this, some people can do this, and it works much better, in that kind of family sense. Because your team will eventually become family once you get to working with them and getting used to them. It is so important that you have somebody by your side as a man, as a businesswoman, as an entrepreneur. Have a team. Yes, it's your idea and you are the one who did this, you did that, and clearly your name is on it. Your everything for you is on it, but you still need people to help you to push that vision. Do not despise teams. Do not despise teamwork. Do not despise having somebody by your side. There is a good reward because the two are indeed better than one, and what they will reap is better than what the one would have sowed by himself. Right? So now, verse 12, it says to us, and if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken. No, if something or someone should launch an attack on your business, on your idea, being alone without a team could result in a serious defeat, could result in something tragic. But a team of even three will be able to better withstand whatever attack may come, because let's say somebody defames, defamation. Somebody defames you, are going into law a little bit. I know a little bit about law, Anyways, defamation. Somebody defames your business and the character of your business, the integrity of your business, and you had no idea of it, right? But let's say you have three persons on the team, you, John, and Teresa, right? So little did you know that Teresa has actual knowledge of the law. Teresa did study law, but you never know about that, and it's not on her resume. And Teresa saw something on social media about your business, and Teresa is like, she brought it to attention. She's like, hey, what are you doing? And she said, all right, you know what? I'm bringing this to court. I'm finding our best lawyer, and we're going to tackle this, and we're going to defeat the seed of dishonor that is rising up against your business. And because of her knowledge, because of you, the fact that you had a team. And the thing is, sometimes our team members have hidden abilities that we know nothing about, so that when disaster strikes, when things hit us, there's that one team member who would be like, oh wait, I know how to fix this. Oh wait, I have a background in this. Oh wait, I've been through this with my own business, or I've seen it, so hey, I can help you solve it. So when you have that team member, good girl Teresa, she's going to solve the business problem for you, and she's going to actually win. She's going to overcome because she had that skill in her, and because you have her as a member of your team, because you have respected her, because you have provided an opportunity for her to go forward in her future, she remembers that, and she say, you know what, let me help out my friend, because this is my friend, this is my family, and we're a team. It's a one-man thing, and we're working together to make sure that all is well. So it is important that you have a team. John, now you're at the workplace, and you're having customers come in, and it's a business where people might want to wash their hands. Oh, corona time, there's only sanitizer and everybody have on their mask and everything, but sometimes people want to use the bathroom. So when they use the bathroom, now the pipe stop work. How are you going to manage for the pipe stop work and corona go around? You're going to need a plumber. Little did you know that, I thought somebody was watching me. Little did you know that John, his father and his grandfather, they were plumbers, and it ran on the bloodline. So John know about plumbing, and John can help you with the business. So guess what now? John gonna be like, don't call nobody, don't even have to pay me. You know what? Let's get this done and let's get business booming. See? Now you win. So nobody catches corona, and everybody's clean and everybody's germs free. All because you had a team, and your team had abilities that you did not know about, but because a need arose. Because a need came up, arise, yeah. There was a need, and little did you know that, hey, your team members are skilled in this area and they are willing to help you. So it is important, because the reward for what you will get when disaster strikes and you have a team is greater than the reward that you will have gotten by yourself. And trust me, celebrations are much better with people. No matter how much you try to say you don't like people, or you don't trust nobody, or you don't want nobody in your business or your space, milestones are better with people. Believe me, milestones and celebrations and excitement, it is better with people. There's a time and place for personal solace and isolation, but then there's a time and place for having a team member and teams and people to actually celebrate stuff with. So you have to bear that in mind. Now, on to the actual perks of having a team. But before I go into that, I just want to let you know, do not despise having people around you and the power of having a team as somebody who is a visionary and business person and wanting to get ideas off the ground. Okay? Okay, top 10 and I am back again with the other section. I'm going to stop being weird. Okay, so the perks of having a team. One, more ideas are generated when you have a business and you're trying to get things off the ground or you're trying to evolve. It is so important to have a team because ideas you have a, a variety of ideas coming in. You have people pitching this, people pitching that, and it gives you clarity. It gives you there's a lot of creativity in the midst, and it more ideas come around. When you're by yourself, you can only when you're by yourself, there's a limitation to what you can come up with and dive into. But when you have a team and John say, hey, so I'm supposed to do this, or Teresa is like, say, I actually thought of this and I think this would be a good idea, or we can do this, and then you're like, it click. So having John and Teresa and the whole family, it works out. It really works out. No, teamwork and team and interaction sparks and enhances creativity. So when you're by yourself and you are dull, you dry up. I thought somebody was watching me. When you're by yourself and you dry up, you're dull, your creativity is everything is just blah, you know. But when you have a team, it sparks innovation inside of you. It sparks the light. Get an epiphany. Something happens inside of where you're like, oh yeah. And the truth and in fact is that, the truth is that when you're by yourself, you probably that wouldn't have been ignited if there wasn't somebody to pitch something, and then you're like, oh, for real, that we can do that, and then you expound on it, and voila, new extension to the vision, right? And another one is, in case of a failure or mishap, team members can help to bring solutions and fixes even before such a thing happens. So what you cannot see, the team members will be able to see, because you all have different perceptions, and you all, where you might miss right here, they might be able to see it and be like, oh, we need to fix this before something happens. Or just like, oh, when something happens, you have John to fix the pipe, and have Teresa forgot to pour it with her because Teresa knows the law. So it is so much better to spot mistakes and things that need fixing when you have a team and you're not by yourself, right? And even in a vision idea, sometimes when you bring that vision and idea to a team, it doesn't always have to be perfect. So when you bring it to somebody now, they'll be like, no, you can't do that, or hey, that's illegal, you can't do that yet. So they will point out things to you that need to be fixed or adjusted within your business, and then voila, power of teamwork. Another one is, they can be seen as a preventative force. That's kind of like seeing things that need to be fixed, and preventing, prevention better than cure. Prevention is better than cure. So yeah. Another one is, you need people to help you build and generate your idea. I think that's self-explanatory. So that's that. You definitely need people to help you build and generate all your ideas. Next, a major factor in having a team is having the mindset to facilitate and to sustain a team. Sometimes we desire teams in our businesses, but we actually do not have that kind of mindset to facilitate people who are willing to work, one, and who are willing to actually pitch in. But because sometimes of pride, and you probably aren't even that motivated or inspired yourself, so when somebody comes along with a different drive, with a high drive, and you don't have that much of a drive, it causes friction, and unnecessary friction, and negative friction. Well, negative friction, there's positive friction, I don't know, but hey, anyways, so the mindset towards having a team should be, one, humility. Be humble enough to understand that when you have a team and you are expressing ideas, you are sharing stuff, somebody might say that, okay, I don't think this is good, or I don't think this will work, so here's what we can do, here's what I believe we can do, or what I know we can do. You have to be humble enough mentally to understand that, you know what, maybe it's true, maybe I need to rethink this, or maybe I need to adjust this and fix this. You have to have that level of humility to work in a team setting. That's one. Number two, have to be understanding. You have to relax yourself, like understand, and remember that you're working with people, by the way, and besides your business, besides your venture, these people have personal lives and they have personal problems. So when it is that I'm not saying that they should come in your space or in the workplace or in that setting, the team setting, with a doom and gloom kind of look and them just frustrated or angry, whatever emotion they might be feeling. You have to be very understanding to know that you're working with people and not robots, and people have emotions, people have bad days, people have real life problems. So you have to be very understanding, both personally and then professionally. Be understanding to understand. Be understanding to understand. Be understanding and know that sometimes they will mess up. Sometimes they won't get it right. Sometimes they won't understand what you're saying, and that's another factor. Communication, effective communication. So sometimes they won't even get what you're really trying to portray or to send across, and they're going to keep asking questions, and you have to just slow down. Do not get too angered. Have an understanding mindset towards the people that you're working with, right? The other one is patience. That can be tied into what I just said. Be patient with people, and be patient with your idea. But in the team setting, be patient with how sometimes your team might not work as fast as you, sadly. But it's not that they're being slow or like a daisical, but sometimes it takes a while for them to catch the vision. But when they eventually do, you have nothing to worry about. You have to be patient with people in regards to sometimes their growth, their understanding, and their perception of what you want to get done. Be patient with them and allow them to grow in the knowledge of that and in the wisdom of that, right? Another one is your willingness to learn from your team. You one can't say hype. As in, you have to be really chill and understand that you do not know it all, and there are things that your team members don't know that you do not know. There are things that your team members have experience in that you have zero experience in. There are things that your team members have been exposed to before joining onto you that you have not been exposed to. So you have to be willing to learn from them and to adjust to the knowledge that they will also pour into you, right? Another one is open-mindedness to suggestions and inputs. All of these, they have the interconnect. They really do they do interconnect. So yes, be open-minded to suggestions and input, which is being humble, being understanding, be patient, being willing. All of that, it ties in. So I think that is very self-explanatory. Now we are wrapping up, and if you have made it this far in the video, God bless you, right? Next, I'm going to talk about how to choose the ideal team. And ideal doesn't mean spotless, but ideal means effective and efficient in regards to what you want to see out of what you are putting in, what you want to see come out of your vision and your idea. You understand? So the first one is, everybody cannot be exactly like you. Everybody can't be the same. Everybody can't just click in that sense. It can click, but not in the sense where all of you are identical, right? This can be a stumbling block to growth and creativity. Difference and uniqueness among members actually fuels growth and creates an avenue for expansion, right? It helps you also in strength versus weaknesses. So what you are strong in, what you are weak in, somebody else can be strong in. So you have to understand that everybody cannot be like you. They can't be complete replicas of you. You have to have difference. You have to have uniqueness. You have to have different personalities, mindsets, and ideas. But you should also know that when they begin to conflict and sway from and deter you from the pursuit of the vision and try to, you'll just know. And this is why I've been stressing in prayer in the previous weeks. Remain prayerful, and you will know who to add to your ideal team. The second one is, though they cannot or should not be exactly like you or replicas of you, there should be like-mindedness in relations to goals and objectives. So they can't be a twins, but they should have a mindset where they are on board with what you're doing. They understand what you're doing, and they have the same mindset, the same drive that you have to pursue this thing and to make sure that, all right, this is done, in relations to goals and objectives. I mean, there's even a scripture about, well, it's not tied to business, but it can be applied to business. How can two walk unless they agree? It's not about how can two walk unless they're identical, but there should be a level of agreement in what you're doing. There should be a level of mental and psychological agreement in the vision that you are pursuing. Got it? 3, take note of, so for whoever you decide to work with, take note of their willingness to work, their productivity level, and how deliberate they are in completing even minor personal tasks and goals. So you have to take note of how persistent people are, of how take note of their integrity towards what you are doing and what you guys are doing as a team. You know, how are they willing to really work, and are they willing to really go the extra mile with you concerning this vision? Not that you can bring all of them with you one time, but there should be a level of willingness um, within the team, right? So, number four, observe how they treat their own goals and ideas. I feel like this is so important because when you are trying to put together a group of people to work together on something that you are passionate about and that you want to see blow up and become something really big, take note of how they treat their personal goals. Take note of where they are in regards to achieving and pursuing those personal goals. Though not everybody will be where you are or as far as you are, but there should be some level of, you know, look at something, look at something, look at effort, look at something that show where you can say, all right then, yeah, mama can work with you. You understand me? So take note of that. It's really important. Believe me, it's really important. Number five, if they desire to be on board with you, take note of how interested and invested they are in actually pursuing this thing with you. And I think that's self-explanatory, right? Just be observant, just analyze carefully, and you will know what to do and who to take on this journey with you. Next one is, oh, by the way, someone having history with you, even if they're family or friends, it does not automatically qualify them to be a part of your team and vision. Blood is not an excuse for working together, and your charge, your linky, your dupes is not an excuse for them to be on board with you and your vision. You have to be very prayerful, as said in the earlier videos. If you have not watched them, please go and watch them. So you have to be very prayerful. I mean, not because I know you mean say we're gonna make a great team and that we're going to conquer the world together. It depends. It all depends. Not because we are so cool means that we will be cool business wise. And you know, as a team, you have to be really careful of who you partner with in regards to the level of association you have with them. Sometimes, even though sometimes strangers aren't always the best, but you know, you'll know, you'll definitely know. And another one, be mindful of people who try to display a super or hyper interest. They are not always as interested and invested as they seem in your vision. Sometimes people just know. And sometimes people just like to have a say or like to have a foot in things to say, hey, you know, say me I work on this with so and so, or I know so and so, me and them, yeah, me and them so. Listen, you have to be really careful. I am definitely, I don't, all right, I don't like flattery. So for me, when it comes to this, you have to be really careful of people who are so eager, just so eager to always work with you, so eager to be involved with you and be a part of you and be connected to you. That can be dangerous because people have ulterior motives. Mankind is fickle, the flesh is fickle, you know. So you really have to be careful because sometimes you partner with somebody not being prayerful and not knowing their heart's intent. And as the word of God says, know no man after the flesh, but by the, you know, try every man by the spirit. Know people after the spirit and not after the flesh or what you think you know about them. Be careful because when you let that person on know, flattery doesn't last long, and that hyper activeness, that excitement, it really actually does wear off because sometimes, a lot of times, behind that extra behavior, that extra, behind that, they don't know what to do, or they actually aren't that invested in a business. Wait, so they're not invested in your business in regards to the work, but they're invested in your business, if you get what I'm saying. You know, so you really have to be careful with that. Just because somebody is so excited and they always seem supportive, it doesn't mean that they know how to actually generate genuine support in regards to investing something in your business and letting you become prosperous. Because best believe sometimes in that case, when you're that hyperactive and excited, you know what you can do to test them? Flourish. Just flourish. And if it irritates them, if it bothers them, if all of a sudden their effectivity or effectiveness decreases, if all of a sudden their willingness and passion dies out because you are pushing this thing and it is going further and they are bothered by it, then you'll know what to do, because that can't be good. So you have to really be mindful of the people that you let around you, whether it be family, friends, or those who seem super excited to work with you. So remain prayerful and just be careful of who you allow to work with you. But nonetheless, never you forget that a team is important in every venture. A team is important in helping you carry out your visions and your dreams, and entrepreneurs ought not to shy away from what it is to have a team by their side and to be working with people in a group setting. Be humble, be patient, be understanding, and be willing. Be willing to try a new thing with people, and be willing to go forward with people walking by your side. Okay? So that is it for week 4. I hope it was a blessing to you. Do not forget to like, to subscribe. Follow me on all socials. Follow me on all social. Follow me. Just follow me upon everything. And I will put the information down below in the description box, and also I'll put below the link to purchase my books in case you have not yet read any of my books. I have like 3 books out. So yeah, you can do all of that, and I will see you next week for week 5.